Is it really surprising that biblical prophecy has been fulfilled? Specifically, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 8, where it talks about the things that are going to happen to the people of God, the way that pagan religion is literally going to infiltrate, and dominate a once pure religion. Is it really surprising that many would be led away? Many would fall from the faith? Many would abandon the teachings of Christ? Should we really be overly concerned with this? Should we be scared? Should we be what should we be doing? You know, in all honesty, as long as you're obeying the three greatest of all commandments, I think you'll be alright. Those commandments are as follows. Love God with your whole heart, mind, soul, and spirit. Love your neighbor as yourself. And love your brothers and sisters as Christ loved you. And follow the example He set. That even though by right He was a high priest, a king, and a true Son of God, He humbled Himself and made Himself a servant to all. He didn't use His power to lord it over people. He didn't say, okay, I'm a priest, a pastor, or whatever, you need to serve me. He didn't do that. He taught, He humbled Himself, He washed His disciples' feet. He continually put up with them in love. He cared for them. He was an outward expression of God's power. If you're producing spiritual fruit, there is no law that you should have to worry about, because that's what you're going to be judged on. As for Christmas, Easter, and all of these holidays, in reality, if you're able to bear it, yes, they have their origins in pagan religion. And yes, Jehovah God truly finds them detestable. But if you're truly trying to love God, please God, and worship God, Jesus Christ will intercede on your behalf. He'll go to the Father on your behalf. If you love Christ, you'll obey Him. Around the 14th and 4th century, Christianity was forever changed by Constantine, who actually was a worshipper of Mithra. It's because of this that Christianity looks so much like Mithraism today, when it's not. In reality, the original Christian religion was known as the Way, and it looked so different from every and any other religion. They were called atheists because they didn't have a temple, they didn't have a real God, they didn't have things they paid homage to. that they didn't bow and scrape to sculptures and other priests. It was like nothing anyone had ever seen. People couldn't relate. But it had power. It had real power. You couldn't deny that. True followers of Christ today have real power. There's power in the living God. There's power in Jesus Christ, the Word of God. As we go toward maturity, we will produce more fruit if we stay with Christ, in a relationship with Christ. In other words, we keep listening to Him. He'll keep taking us down that road. And yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. It does. It gradually gets narrower and narrower as you go down it. But to be honest, you don't notice it. Not as much as you start noticing how different the world starts appearing to you. You start saying things like, man, why did I ever expect to hear the truth from a television when I know it's controlled by Satan? Why did I ever expect to hear the truth come out of false religion when I know it's been infiltrated by paganism? Now, I'm not saying throw out your TV and don't go to church. That's not what I'm saying. If he tells you to throw out your TV, throw out your TV. Me personally, I'm not a big fan. It's just one of those things. But that's between me and Christ. It should be between you and Christ. It shouldn't be any more than what He's already commanded us to do, which is love God with our whole heart, mind, soul, and spirit. Love our neighbors as ourselves. And love our brothers and sisters as He loved us. I hope that you understand and you come to love Jesus Christ more and more and more, and it'll prompt you to bear more and more fruit, to possess more self-control, to be more kind, to be more forgiving, to be an outward expression of God's true power, His true ability, and His true nature. What the heck am I talking about? The fact that He did the hardest thing that any parent could ever do, which is send His Son into harm's way, knowing that He's probably going to be killed because people aren't going to listen. Knowing that through His death, many will live. If you're a father, you know that's the hardest thing you can do. You'd often want to go in their place. But that's not as loving as sending your son. The greatest thing that you have is often your children. The most precious thing you have is often your children. At least if you're a good parent, it should be. When you look at things that way, it starts shedding a little more light on what's really there. I want people to know the truth. I want the truth to set them free. I want them to start producing spiritual fruit so that they can start rejoicing because they're heirs to a kingdom. They found a pearl of great price. And while the world's falling apart around them, they know who they trust in. They know He'll sustain them. I encourage everyone. Build a relationship with Jesus Christ. The religion won't save you. Traditions won't save you. Celebrations won't save you. Only a relationship with the Son of God will save you, because only He can lead you to His Father. Only He has the ability to justify you to His Father. And that's through your obedience to Him. That's through your willingness to be born again. Your acceptance of God's Spirit. And your willingness to flee from sin. Thanks, everybody. May God richly bless you.